Look, here's the deal. I've seen so many people playing games like Elden Ring or Persona 5 where there's freedom in choice, right? You get to discover the world on your own terms in these games. And I've seen a lot of people go online looking up guides before even playing the game once. They're looking up the right option to pick in a conversation in Persona 5 or even Elden Ring just because they want the right outcomes. The right outcomes. It's like, dude, how are you supposed to be wowed or impressed or shocked by a quest line or a story? If you're looking up the guides, if you're looking up what to pick, you're giving up that sense of agency in your discovery. What these games are meant to be, like maybe not Persona 5 as much, but definitely Elden Ring and Dark Souls, stuff like that. A lot of games give you that agency in discovering the world on your own because it's meant to be rewarding by the end of it. But see, here's the thing, with games like Elden Ring and Persona 5, it's kind of understandable why people look up guides because these games are so goddamn long, right? They take so much time to just play through once. So it's like, do you really want to go through this again and try to play them again just to get it the right way because you messed up in this one quest line? So I get it. But so what if you picked wrong? Maybe you ended up in a relationship with the lolicon instead of the goth doctor, right? You fucked up, sure, yeah. We can all agree on that. Maybe, Chris Hansen needs to pay a visit to you. Maybe you got a little too Dr. Disrespect in your conversations with the little fella, huh? Maybe that happened. And that's not a good situation to be in. But it's a goddamn game, right? There's no real life stakes. Just restart it. It is long, it's annoying, but it's like, do you want to be a pedo? Yeah, you'll feel disappointed when you make the wrong choice, right? You pick the wrong option and now you're locked into some random ass situation that you don't want to be in. But then again, is it worth the trade-off? You want to avoid everything wrong, so you give up on everything that you could have discovered on your own? All that reward, you want to just give it up? Are you even a true gamer? Come on, man, we're supposed to be risk takers, all right? You end up doing stuff like watching trailers to make sure you're making an informed decision, right? You don't want to make the wrong decision. They're $90 now, right? Maybe you end up buying Outlaws for $90. Well, watching trailers makes sense to an extent because it's like, if you look at how many trailers a game releases, dude, for Dragon's Dogma 2, they released trailers for each combat class, overall game trailer, story trailer, 15 minutes of footage before the release of the game. It's like, do you really need to watch all of these to make a decision? No, you don't. You're just watching it because you want to consume, man. Just wait for it. It's like people out here, how am I going to make a decision? I haven't watched all the 13 job type trailers and the 10 gameplay footage trailers. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't think I can make a decision yet. It's like, dude, you don't need all that. These games aren't fun anymore. Not because you grew up, but because you started doing smart shit like checking reviews. But you went a little too overboard. You overcorrected a little bit, right? It's like, maybe bring it back down here a little bit, right? It's okay to mess up every now and then, man. You don't have to get all the games right. And this goes along really well with the next problem I want to talk about. We'll try something. If it doesn't work out in the first 2 attempts, it's done. It's bad. It's not worth your time. It's like, dude, when have you started something new and a new strategy you've implemented and done it right away? You can't do that, man. Not all of us are ungball. Most of us need time to adjust to this new stuff that we engaged in, right? So if you mess up in the first 2 attempts, don't just give up right there, man. Try it earnestly. Try to actually learn the game and be open-minded about it because maybe there's some fun mechanic there. You don't know. I'm not saying, you gotta play the first 10 hours for the game to get good. No, that's stupid. But playing earnestly isn't even about investing a certain amount of time into the game before it gets fun. It's about playing the game the way the developers intended it to. Remember when we had Sekiro come out and all of us sucked ass at it because we were so used to Dark Souls dodging? We had to shift that perspective for us. The game isn't shit. You're shit. You gotta follow the game's rules. It's like, how many times have you hated a song initially, and then 2 weeks later, you find yourself exclusively that one song you hated on repeat for the next 3 months? We all know this. It happens. Some things are just an acquired taste. And that's why we had fun more as a kid, because we really didn't have an option to do anything but the game we had in front of us. Because we didn't have money. All of us were broke, We just had to make do with what we had. So when something wasn't fun, we had to try till we got good enough to where it was fun. It's easy to cop out of effort when you have the option to just buy another game, especially now with online stores. It's so easy to just get another game. That's what I'm saying, right? You gotta emulate that childlike persistence in gaming these days. We had external forces forcing us to have that persistence before, but now we have to try to do it on our own, right? We have to create that willingness to not just give in to some other game. You know, a lot of people think kids are stupid. I'm telling you, maybe those little fuckers were onto something, huh? So there you go. You know, play the game like a kid would play them, right? And this is like a personal problem for me with games, Souls games. I don't know if other people get this too, but I'm just going to say it anyways. My ego gets tied up in my boss attempts. Like when you find a boss for the first time, I'm like, okay, I got to be able to beat this boss the first time because I'm a Souls gamer, dude. I'm sick. I'm the guy. And so I put so much pressure on the first attempt. And obviously it doesn't go that well, or it does, and then I die towards the end of the boss fight. And the next time I come back, I suck ass. Because I'm like, what? Why can't I do this? I literally did it. There's a lot of ego getting tied up into that. And the thing is, with ego-related shit, it's hard to fight against that if you don't even have an awareness of what's going on in your head while you're experiencing it. Because if you're trying to fight against your ego and you don't know what it looks like, it's like trying to fight an Asian guy in a big block of cheese. Right? Where the hell are they? You know, that's what happens. You can't fight an invisible foe. So whenever your ego's getting mixed up in your gameplay, try to slow down, try to like notice it, you know, be like, hey, what the fuck's going on in my head here, huh? What's all this stuff? I need to figure this out, right? Start to slow down. Just look at it. Because when it's happening a mile a minute. You're just in it. Your head's just going, yeah! Woo! You can't really fight it when it's going that fast. You gotta slow down your breathing, you know, just relax a little bit. The whole point of these hobbies is to have fun and tinker with something. And hopefully if you tinker enough, maybe you'll end up with something that other people don't know. And you can share that story online. But you found it for yourself. And that's the magic of discovery. You're putting in the effort and there's some reward at the end that you're not aware of. And it's only in those moments that you should go to these discussion posts. Because if you're out here going to discussion posts just to look up answers to solutions that you gave one shot at to try to figure out on your own, you're just killing the game for yourself. That's how the games are dying. You're killing them, man. Stop it. Discussion posts are just that, discussion posts. If you're having a back and forth with someone, you know, you're asking a question or you're sharing a story, that's okay, you know, do that. That's fine. That's going to build a community around that game in your head, right? That's fine. That's good that you want to have that, all right? But if you're just looking up the solutions to what other people had, what are you, like Batman loitering in the back of the conversation? Either contribute to this conversation or get out, right? All in all, saying gaming is dying is like having fully functioning eyes and still walking like this. Games are just getting better and better as time goes on, for the most part. But here's the thing, your experience of the game isn't solely on the game. You have an agency in how you consume the game, and in turn, how good the game is for you. You know, are you being attentive while playing? Are you playing some show in the background while you're playing? Or are you listening to music while you're playing? Maybe you're coming at this game with some biases, right? Like a lot of people are probably doing with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Not saying the game is good. You know, I don't think it is. Recent Assassin's Creed games have been ass, but maybe there are some biases that are left unchecked. And maybe that's why you're not enjoying the game. There's so many reasons why a game could not be fun for you. So to say gaming is dying and saying that right away, it's crazy. You know, there's so many things you can do before you get to that desperate position where, everything sucks. Nothing helps me anymore in this world. You can't be there yet. So there you go. Don't give up hope. All right? Good talk.